Hello everyone. In this video, we will be discussing the theoretical procedure for flash and fire point of light oil using a Abel Penske apparatus. So already we discussed. So what is the working procedure and how to take the readings in the video. So in this, we will be just discussing the theory part. So what is the aim of this experiment? In this experiment, we will be determining the flash and fire point of the given light oil. We know very well there are many oil which when we ignite means based on the calorific value it catches fire. So for this particular experiment we will be taking a very light oil, and for that we will be finding out what is the flash and fire point. And what are the for this to finding out this thing, what is the apparatus we are using? We are using Abel Penske apparatus, and even we are using thermometer to measure the temperature. So how can we define flash point and fire point? The flash point is the lowest temperature to which a lubricant must be heated before its vapor when mixed with air and will ignite but not continue to burn. And what is fire point? The fire point is the temperature at which lubricant combustion will be sustained. The flash and fire points are useful in determining a lubricant's volatility and fire resistance. The flash point can be used to determine the transportation and storage temperature requirements for lubricants. Lubricant producers can also use the flash point to detect potential product contamination. A lubricant exhibiting a flash point significantly lower than normal will be suspected of contamination with a volatile product. So product with a flash point less than 38 degrees Celsius will usually require special precautions for safe handling. The fire point for a lubricant is usually 8 to 10% above the flash point. The flash point and fire point should not be confused with the auto ignition temperature of a lubricant, which is the temperature at which a lubricant will ignite spontaneously without an external ignition source. So what are the outline of this method? The sample is placed in the cup of the Abel apparatus and heated at a prescribed rate. A small test flame is directed into the cup at regular intervals, and the flash point is taken as the lowest temperature as we discussed, at which the application of the test flame will cause the vapor above the sample to ignite with a distinct flash inside the cup. So the flash point and the fire point should not be confused with the auto ignition temperature of a lubricant, which is the temperature at which a lubricant will ignite spontaneously without an external ignition source. So the outline of the methods include: the sample is placed in the cup of a Abel apparatus and heated at a prescribed rate. A small test flame is directed into the cup at regular intervals, and the flash point is taken as the lowest temperature at which application of the test flame will cause the vapor above the sample to ignite with a distinct flash cup inside. The experimental setup. The apparatus consists of a brass cup of standard dimensions. The cup is provided with a cover containing three ports. A stirrer is provided in the cover to stir oil sample during heating. There is a provision to insert thermometer to measure the temperature of oil. The cup is surrounded by water bath which is heated by an electric heater. You can able to see whatever the experiment is that which I explained now, which is applicable for this pictorial view. And what is the procedure? We need to clean the oil cup and wipe it dry. Fill water into a water jacket to its full level and insert into the cylindrical stand. Pour fuel oil to be tested into the oil cup. Up to the mark and place the oil cup into the air chamber of the water bath. Close it with the lid having sliding port. Insert the thermometer in the respective holder. The heater is switched on. For every 2 degrees Celsius rise in temperature of oil under test, the port in the cover is opened and a burning stick or flame is brought near to the port. This procedure is repeated till the temperature at which the introduction of the burning splinter results in a momentary flash. At the moment temperature is recorded, which is known as flash point. Oil is heated further and the burning splinter is continued to be introduced near the port till it results in a continuous flame. At this moment, the temperature is recorded, which gives the fire point. This procedure is repeated, which cooling the oil after removing the cup from the apparatus. And this is the tabular column where observation part I'll be writing the type of oil which is used, and you can able to see this oil temperature in degrees Celsius I'll be writing under remarks, and similarly the cooling oil temperature also under remarks. So this is how this experiment should be done. Thank you. Start.
Hi everyone, good morning. And this experiment is called as Penske-Martin's flash point and fire point. Okay, so this is called as Penske-Martin's. It is named after the scientist who has invented this. So the main aim of this experiment is to find out the flash point and fire point. Okay, so this comes under to find out the viscosity of the fluid. For example, if you take any fluid, for example, water or alcohol or otherwise some oils or kerosene, diesel, petrol. So each and every fuel will have different viscosities. So now we in our engine, so we use sometimes for diesel engine, diesel fuel is used. For petrol engine, petrol fuel is used. And we should know what is the viscosity of that particular fluid. Okay, whatever the fluid that you use in that particular machine or engine, you should know the viscosity of the particular fluid. Now this is the machine which checks what is a flash point and what is the fire point. So first and foremost, I will give you a clear picture about this flash and fire. So suppose if you take a particular oil and you are supplying heat, it is heated up from room temperature. For example, room temperature is 30 degrees or 35 degrees Celsius. Now when you supply heat, the heat is added, slowly the temperature increases from 35 to 40, 50, 55, 60. For example, at one point of time, like 60 degrees or 65 degrees, suddenly if you put a matchstick over there, a fire, so suddenly it catches fire. So at one point of time, there will be a flash. So it won't fire or it won't burn, but it will be just kind of a small flash will appear. So that particular point, that temperature, that particular point is nothing but flash point. And slowly, even if you continue to supply heat, at one particular point of time, it catches fire and starts burning. So that particular point is nothing but fire point. So you have to note down the reading of that particular point. So this is nothing but flash point and fire point. It's a very simple experiment. You can use this with the help of this one. So now what will you do is, so you open up this one. So this is the lid and which closes the oil. So you have to turn it on. So now it lights on. And you pour oil up to the brim. So there will be a what you call circle. To that circle, there is a one circle will be there up to that brim. So you have to fill the oil, and then you have to increase the temperature. So some specific temperature will be there. So that specific temperature you will keep it like that. Now after some time, what happens? It is heated up. That fuel will be heated up. In the same way, you have to take a matchstick, right? So you have to keep the matchstick near this one. So you need not place this matchstick in the beginning itself, but after it is heated up, you have a thermometer will be given to you when the experiment is going on. You have to keep checking every 5 minutes the temperature of this particular fuel. So when it reaches some 60 degrees or 65 degrees, why I am saying is because for every fuel, the margin will be like that, the range will be like that. So that particular, if you reach some 60 or 65, so you take a matchstick and keep it near to that fuel. So you have to keep checking each and every 5 minutes or 2 minutes or 3 minutes. Whenever there is a flash comes from that fuel, so you have to note down the temperature, right, reading. So you have to note it down. So that point is nothing but flash point. So again you have to keep on placing the matchstick until the fuel catches fire. So once it catches fire, that particular point is nothing but fire point, and you have to note down the reading of that particular point with the help of thermometer, and you have to do it. Once the experiment is over, so you have to turn it off, and you have to place the lid properly, and you have to switch off the experiment like this. Okay. So thank you.